Good morning. Welcome to zoology class. Today the topic is rDNA technology. My name is Kalpana, Assistant Professor of Zoology. Okay. First, we know what is DNA. We learn what is DNA. DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is a very large molecule made up of smaller units called nucleotides. Each nucleotide has three parts: a sugar, phosphate, and nitrogen base. Okay. Here you can see in the diagram this yellow and blue color lines are sugar and phosphate backbones. Okay, and the central lines, these base pairs, are made of nitrogen bases. Nitrogen bases is the part of nucleotide that carries genetic information. The bases, nitrogen bases, are four types: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. Okay, so where DNA is present? DNA is present in a nucleus. DNA present in a cell inside the nucleus. In nucleus on chromosome. Okay. Then recombinant DNA history. 1970, Hamilton Smith at Johns Hopkins Medical School. Sorry for the disturbance. One second. Isolate the first restriction enzyme, an enzyme that cuts the DNA at a very specific nucleotide sequence. 1972, Stanley Cohen and Herbert Boyer combined their efforts to create recombinant DNA. 1978, somatostatin, which regulates human growth hormones. Somatostatin, which regulates human growth, is the first human protein made using rDNA technology. What is rDNA technology? Technology produces by which DNA from different species can be isolated, which we want, and we cut and splice it together, and new recombinant DNA or molecule is formed. Then this rDNA or recombinant DNA is multiplied in quantities, okay, with the help of a vector, that may be bacteria or yeast. In the early 1970s, it became possible to isolate a specific piece of DNA out of the millions of base pairs in a typical genome. Basic principle of rDNA technology. First, generation of DNA fragments and selection of the desired piece of DNA. Okay, then insertion of selected DNA into cloning vector to create a recombinant DNA, or also called as chimeric DNA. Introduction of recombinant vectors into host cells. Multiplication and selection of clones containing the recombinant molecules. Expression of the gene to produce the desired product. Then here you can see in the diagram, see, first two DNAs are selected. Sorry for the disturbance. See, DNA B and DNA A are selected. These are cutted at specific sites with the help of restriction endonucleases. See, this cutting is unequal. Okay, Then these two are combined together to form a new recombinant DNA. You understood, I think. See, production of recombinant DNA using a human gene and bacterial plasmid. Example, human chromosome is taken. In that chromosome we want an insulin gene. Okay, then near the insulin gene we apply restriction endonucleases. In the same way we apply this restriction endonucleases in the bacterial plasmid also. Okay, after the cleavage, this cleaved gene is placed in the cleaved bacterial plasmid. See, this red color is insulin gene and the green one is bacterial plasmid. This is placed in the bacterial plasmid region. Then ligation of bacterial and insulin gene occurs with the help of DNA ligase enzyme. Then this gene is transferred into the this plasmid is inserted into the bacterial cell. Then mitosis creates many bacterial clones containing the insulin gene. These insulin genes are inserted into the plasmids, export to the insulin, which can be collected for human use. Okay, all this shows how rDNA technology we are doing. Okay, what are restriction endonucleases? Enzyme for manipulation of DNA. These are bacterial enzymes that can cut or split DNA at specific sites. These were first discovered in E. coli, restricting the replication of bacteriophages by cutting the viral DNA. The host E. coli DNA is protected from cleavage by addition of methyl group. Thus, the enzyme that restrict the viral replication are known as restriction enzymes or restriction endonucleases. Then recognition sequences is the site where the DNA is cut by restriction endonucleases. Restriction endonucleases can specifically recognize DNA with a particular sequence of 4 to 8 nucleotides, and there only it cleaves. Next, cleavage patterns. The cut DNA fragments by restriction endonucleases may have mostly sticky ends, or also called as blunt ends. These sticky ends are useful for rDNA experiments, since single-stranded sticky DNA ends can easily pair with any other DNA fragments having complementary sequence of DNA. Okay. Then DNA ligases. These were originally isolated from viruses and also occurs in E. coli and eukaryotic cells. They cut the DNA fragments are covalently joined together by DNA ligases. DNA ligase joins the DNA fragments by forming a phosphodiester bond between the phosphate group of 5' carbon of one deoxyribose with the hydroxyl group of 3' carbon of another deoxyribose. Next, host cells. These are living system or cells in which the carrier of rDNA molecule or vector can be propagated. Host cells can be prokaryotic are eukaryotic. Microorganisms are referred as host cells since they multiply faster compared to the cells of higher organisms. See here in this diagram, you can see very clearly the structure of plasmid, which is present in bacteria, E. coli. Okay. Then the restriction enzymes cut its specific sequence. So this pink color fragment, DNA fragment, is required DNA. Okay, we want to multiply the DNA. Then this specific DNA combines with this plasmid with their sticky ends. They join with the DNA ligase. They join. Okay, if they mismatch, they don't join. Okay, then inserting this sample into plasmid. This plasmid is again introduced into the bacteria earlier as we studied. Then vectors. Vectors are the DNA molecules which can carry a foreign DNA fragment to be cloned. These are self-replicating inappropriate host cell. Most important vectors are plasmids, bacteriophages, cosmids, artificial chromosome vectors. Next, plasmids. These are extra chromosomal, double-stranded, circular, self-replicating DNA molecules. Usually, plasmids contribute to about 0.5 to 5% of total DNA of bacteria. A few bacteria contain linear plasmids. Example, Streptomyces species, Borrelia. Next, PBR 322 PUC. The plasmids carries genes resistance for ampicillin and tetracycline that serve as markers for the identification of clones carrying plasmids. Next, bacteriophages. These are viruses that replicate within the bacteria. In case of certain phases, the DNA gets incorporated into the bacterial chromosome and remains there permanently. Can take up larger DNA segment than plasmids, hence preferred for working with genomes of human cells. Lambda phase M13, etc. Next, cosmids. Cosmids are the vectors possessing the characteristics of both plasmid and bacteriophage lambda. These carry larger fragments of foreign DNA compared to plasmids. Next, artificial chromosome vectors. Example, human artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosomes, bacterial artificial chromosome. These can accept large fragments of foreign DNA. Methods of gene transformation. The uptake of plasmid DNA by E. coli is carried out in ice cold calcium chloride 0.5 degrees centigrade and a subsequent heat shock 37 to 45 degrees centigrade about 90 seconds. Next, conjugation. It is a natural microbial recombination process. Plasmid insert DNA transfer from one cell to another. Then, electroporation is based on the principle that high voltage electric pulses can induce cell plasma membrane to fuse. Liposome mediated gene transfer, liposuction, are circular lipid molecules having aqueous interior that can carry nucleic acid. Direct transfer of DNA. DNA is directly transferred into the nucleus by microinjection or particle bombardment. See, recombinant DNA has been created artificially, which is not natural. DNA from two or more sources is incorporated into a single recombinant molecule. rDNA is form of artificial DNA that is created by combination of two or more sequences. It is made possible by two important enzymes, restriction enzymes and DNA ligase are the two principal tools. Methods by which recombinant DNA is made are transformation, transduction, conjugation. Earlier, all these three methods you have studied earlier only. Bacteria also produce enzyme called restriction. Already I told you. Sticky ends or blunt ends are joined together. These are two possible configuration resulting from the breaking of double-stranded DNA. Some restriction endonucleases break the DNA on either side of center or symmetry, the liberation of unequal fragment. You should remember that this restriction enzymes always they produce unequal fragments. These are called sticky ends and cohesive ends. See here, you can see how this restriction enzyme produced unequal ends. Then, what is a gene? Gene is a stretch of DNA that codes for a type of protein that has function in the organism. It is the unit of heredity in a living organism. All living things depend on genes. Genes hold the information to build and maintain an organism. Sorry for the disturbance. It is a unit of heredity in a living organisms. All living things depend on genes. Genes hold the information to build and maintain an organism's cells and pass genetic traits to offsprings. Next, gene cloning. It can be defined as the isolation and amplification of an individual gene sequence by insertion of that individual gene sequence into a bacterium where it can be replicated. Basic steps in gene cloning. First step, DNA fragmented. A gene to be cloned inserted into a circular DNA molecule called vector, same as like rDNA technology earlier. This is called chimeric or recombinant DNA molecule. Then step 2, the vector acts as a vehicle that transports the gene into a host cell, which usually bacterium. Although other types of living cells can be used, this process is called transformation. Here you can see very clearly in the diagram recombinant plasmid and the E. coli host cell and transformed into E. coli bacterium. Then step 3, within the host cell the vector multiplies, producing numerous identical copies, not only of itself but also the gene that it carries. This is bacterial DNA, these are plasmids. Next, step 4, when the host cell divides, copies of rDNA molecule are passed to progeny and further vector replication takes place. Recombinant plasmid, here you can see transformed into the bacterial cell E. coli Then amplification produces many many plasmid copies. After a large number of cell divisions, a colony or clone of identical host cells are produced. Each cell in the clone contains one or more copies of rDNA molecules. See here, yellow color, one or two copies of rDNA molecules are present. Then the host cells are lysed and rDNA can be separated. See, this is the schematic diagram of rDNA. First, isolation of gene of interest, preparation of vector DNA and DNA to be cloned, then insertion of gene to the vector molecule and ligation, introduction of vector into the appropriate host cell, amplification of rDNA molecule in the host cell. Applications of rDNA technology. Manufacture of proteins or hormones, interferons, plasminogen activating factor, blood clotting factor, insulin and growth hormone. AIDS test has become very simple and rapid. Diagnosis of molecular diseases like sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, familial hypercholesterolemia, cystic fibrosis. Prenatal diagnosis: DNA from cells collected from amniotic fluid and chorionic villi. Then industrial applications: enzymes used to produce sugar, cheese, detergents, etc. Protein products used as food additives, increases nutritive value besides imparting flavor. Applications in forensic medicine: restriction. This restriction analysis pattern of DNA of one individual will be very specific, but the pattern will be different from person to person. Helps to identify criminals and to settle disputes of parenthood of children. Transgenesis: gene replacement therapy will not pass on to offsprings. Therefore, genes are transferred into fertilized ovum, which will be found in human egg. Then gene therapy. This is achieved by cloning a gene into a vector that will readily be taken up and incorporated into genome of host cell. ADA deficiency has been successfully treated. Application in agriculture also. Genetically engineered plants are developed, resist drought diseases, good quality of food, increased yield of crops is also possible. Other applications: insulin for diabetes, factor 8 for males suffering from hemophilia A, factor 9 for hemophilia B, human growth hormone, erythropoietin for treating anemia, several types of interferon, granulocytes, macrophage colony, stimulating factors for stimulating the bone marrow after the bone marrow transplant, monoclonal antibodies, pharmaceutical and therapeutic applications, gene therapy, medical diagnosis, xenotransplants. Advantages: provide substantial quality, no need for natural organic factors, unlimited utilization, cheap, resistant to natural inhibitors. Disadvantage: commercialization became big source of income for business. Effects of natural immune system of the body can destroy natural ecosystem that relies on organic cycle, prone to cause mutations that could have harmful effects. Major international concern: manufacturing of biological weapons such as botulism and anthrax to target humans, specific genotype, concerns for creating superhuman race. Thank you for listening my class.